Welcome back, beautiful, beloved souls. My name is Jem. This video is a commentary video and it's called Aliens, Cows and Black Helicopters, a follow-up on Kate's comment. A while back we dug into CWD. For those who don't know what CWD is, it's chronic wasting disease. So we dug into CWD and hunters, and a comment left by Kate shared a wild theory from a 1984 book, Mute Evidence, that aliens are implanting something into cows, perhaps prions. Governments are tracking them with black helicopters, killing them with microwave weapons and disinfecting them, leaving carcasses to warn the aliens. Today, we're going to unpack that idea, the history, the science, what's plausible, and what's a conspiracy. Let's go! Part 1, Source and Context. A quick note, Mute Evidence, Kagan and Summers 1984, is a real book. It sits in the UFO/conspiracy literature of the time and collects reports and theories rather than peer-reviewed science. Part 2. What are prions and what diseases are we talking about? Short, plain English. Prions are misfolded proteins that cause fatal brain disease called transmissible spongiform encephalitis, TSE. Examples: BSE, mad cow disease in cattle, CWD, chronic wasting disease in cervids, which is delk, ear, and I'm sorry, I'm going to not be able to pronounce this, Creutzfeldt Jakob. So I'll spell it for you. CREUTZFELDT-Jacob disease in humans. Prions aren't alive like bacteria or viruses. They're proteins that cause other proteins to misfold. The source is Wikipedia. Why this matters. The theory suggests aliens implanting something living, but prions are non-cellular proteins, not living organisms, which makes the literal phrasing unlikely from a biological standpoint. Part 3. Do we have real evidence of government hunts of infected cows using black helicopters? Black helicopters are a long-running symbol in conspiracy law dating back to the 1970s and 90s and are tied to many rural UFO and cattle mutilation stories. They're also tied to alien abductions. There's lots of reported sightings which are explainable. unmarked law enforcement, anti-drug operations, etc. There's no verified public record linking unmarked helicopters deployments, especially related to alien-related prion hunts. Historical parallel. Governments have publicly culled cattle during real prion outbreaks. For example, the UK BSE crisis led to mass slaughter and disposal of millions of cattle in the 1980s to 90s as a disease-controlled measure. That was a documented public health response, not a secret microwave plus black helicopter operation. The source for the government slaughtering real prions in UK comes from Wikipedia. Part 4. Microwave, directed energy weapons that can be used to kill cows at a distance. Directed energy microwave high power RF tech does exist and is studied for disrupting electronics or non-lethal crowd control research. It is primarily an anti-electronics or non-lethal effects technology in public sources. Long-range targeted killing of animals with a handheld microwave beam is not supported by public technical literature. Achieving lethal thermal effects across open pastures at a distance would be extremely difficult and would likely leave clear forensic signature. This report comes from Wireless World. So, if a state had an accessible long-range covert microwave killing capability and used it routinely, we'd expect whistleblowers, forensic reports, or repeatable physical evidence. None of this exists in credible, corroborated form for the black helicopter microwave cow killing narrative. Part 5. Chemical disinfectants and leaving carcasses to send a message. Governments and vets do use disinfectants and controlled disposable when dealing with infected carcasses. But the official approach to an outbreak is documented protocols, testing, controlled culling, disposal, biosecurity, not theoretically leaving bodies in fields to message aliens. Historical outbreaks like BSE show bureaucratic management and public health messaging ugly, large, and bureaucratic, not cinematic warnings. That's also from Wikipedia. Leaving carcasses would increase disease spread. Prions persist in environment, so it would be counterproductive as a disease control tactic. Part 6. So, What's most likely going on? Here's the heart of the matter. Prion diseases are real and worrying. CWD is spreading in wildlife and is a growing conversation, a growing conservation food safety concern. Recent reporting highlights the spread of CWD and the absence of cures and vaccines. That source is The Guardian. Conspiracy elements, aliens plus black helicopters plus microwaves, are a patchwork of older conspiracy motives and modern anxieties about invisible threats. The pattern is real disease, event plus gaps in public knowledge, which leads to fill in with imaginative explanation. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. The claims in Kate's quote combine multiple extraordinary elements. We have historical books and rumors, the mute evidence book, but not peer-reviewed verifiable evidence that aliens are inserting prions or that governments are using microwave weapons to stage warnings. Part 7. How to investigate responsibly. What credible evidence would look like? Peer-reviewed lab findings showing biological implants with non-Earth-like properties. Whistleblower documentation with forensic confirmation. Reproducible tests on carcasses showing abuse consistent with DE weapons, plus chain of custody proof. Now, if you're a hunter or farmer concerned about CWD/BSE, follow local health advisories. Don't feed wildlife. Report sick animals and have venison, that's venison, the meat you eat, venison tested where authorities recommend. This is a practical safety tip, and I get the source again is Wikipedia. So, fear and grief, the need for meaning when our environment feels unsafe. Whether the aliens are literal or not, and I do believe aliens exist, the emotional truth is real. Uncertainty about food safety, a sense of invisible threats, and a distrust of institutions. I encourage grounding practices, community, transparency, respectful investigation, and rituals to process fear. For example, lighting a candle for animals affected, calling out guides, and forgiveness exercise. Whether the story is literal or symbolic. It's a mirror of our deep anxieties. Please keep asking questions. Hold both skepticism and compassion and protect your communities, both physically and spiritually. Please, I love conspiracies. You all know this, and I'm a psychic medium, and I've had my own experiences with aliens, and I would ask you if you have other wild comments and theories that you would like to drop. I'm all for it. Please drop that theory. If this video has resonated, please share, because there is prion disease is real. Animals get it and humans get it. And it is not caused by viruses, parasites, bacteria, or any pathogen. It's a protein, a thing that's not alive. Thank you very much for watching. Please be kind to each other. And again, please drop a comment below, because I like comments. It makes me feel heard. When I upload a video, even though I can't see any of you, it feels like we're having a conversation. I'm doing the talking, you're listening, and it's your turn to respond in the comments. All right, cherish every moment. Be nice to each other and to yourselves. Kindness never hurt anybody. Love, light, and blessings. Bye.